And really the reason, a lot of the reason we're trying to do the school here is for people to start thinking, well, part of the job is to be thinking about all these things when I go out in the morning, when I go out, a week ahead of time to work on a story or to design for the magazine. Because I think all of this is on the print by itself. As the years go ahead, I mean, it's better in India than probably any other country in the world. But still, you can see the future. You can see that people are going to want more. They're not going to be satisfied even with the best color photo and the best writing. And you see it in younger kids, new customers in the future. A son, an editor. And the editor says, show me your video. Let me hear your audio, your sound. And then they make a decision. They say, okay, first, go take that video over there. We're going to put it on the website. We're going to make a little video story. Again, not beautiful, perfect TV, but 30, 40 seconds about what you just saw. Right now, not when the paper comes out tomorrow morning or the magazine, further down the line. Let's make that. Let's listen to the sound. Maybe we make a little sound story here. We've got another place on the website for that. Maybe the pictures aren't that good, especially in the beginning. Maybe we shoot terrible. Maybe the sound interview is pretty good. And again, you don't wait until you publish. You've got it now. You know it already. It's not worth the full story. Go type that now. So maybe the fourth thing they do is set it to typewriter and write the story. See if I can explain this. It's a little difficult. We have a monthly magazine where I live in America. It's a small state, a small region, and it's got monthly deadlines. 40 days in advance. Color looks a lot like looks like the ones you guys do. So last week, there's a guy. His father's brother was John F. Kennedy, President of the United States. So this guy's, Parliament. It's obviously a very famous guy. His name's Kennedy. In the magazine, he decided to do a front-page story on him. He was getting older. His father had just died last year. And they had a regular monthly magazine, color cover, and 5 or 6 pages inside set up. Said, what will Patrick Kennedy do in the future? That was their magazine, going to be for March. 2 or 3 days before it was time to publish, the story is done, everything's set, the color ads are in, it's ready to go to the printer. The young Kennedy guy called the reporter and said, come down to my house. The reporter goes down, he looks at him and says, I quit. I don't want to be in a political life anymore. I'm tired. I have problems with alcohol. And all this is true. It's part of the story. I'm a Kennedy. I quit. I will not be involved in government anymore. For us, it's like a Gandhi quitting. That's our family. And it's that big a story. He didn't tell the television station, or he didn't tell the newspaper. They could do it the next day. He told the magazine. Now, normally, and even for this magazine, because publisher's a friend of ours, 1 or 2 years ago, they could have maybe changed the cover, maybe put out a press release and told people, well, in 15 or 20 days, you'll be able to read the story when the magazine comes out. But by then, by the time the magazine comes out, it will be old news. But because they have started doing some of this stuff, they put out a press release. Okay, but what the press release said was, look on our website. Our reporter just came back from his house, and this is the news. Come watch it on the website now, then go out and buy our magazine when it's ready in 10 to 12 days. So they ended up being, even though it was a magazine, with all the problems you guys had for time, deadline, setting up color and everything else, they were first. They got all the credit for it, and they're going to sell a lot of magazines this month. It's only because they've time, not a lot of money. This is not a rich magazine. And the equipment is, I say, 35,000 rupees. They're not walking around with, you know, big equipment, or with very talented people shooting it. But look at the difference. People don't look at them. From now on, they're going to be famous for that. They're not going to look at them as, oh, something that comes to my house once a month. Or like here, we buy our magazines at the grocery store, or at the bookstore, something that sits there. People will look here, you know, and say, oh, you know, what do they do?